Alright, one quick fast travel back from the hinterlands, and we are here in Haven, about to punch our ticket to go to Val Royeaux and rub elbows with the upper crust of society. Just go intermingle with royalty, or so they would like to think of each other. Actually, with that big hole in the sky, they're not much better off than we are, regardless of what they may think of themselves. But we do need the Chantry's assistance, or at least get in touch with them, make contact and see if we can't get some allies amongst the Templars and or the Mages or something. Just need to get this this breach, this tear in the veil closed, and nobody seems to understand that. They're too busy politicking and trying to get over on one another or kill each other or all the above or whatever. My goodness. It's ridiculous. Now, I've been looting every single container I can find, and I have all this excess gear here. I might as well filter through it before I hit a merchant. See what's of use. At these low levels, 1 or 2 points of extra defense here and extra damage there can make a huge world of difference. So, might as well upgrade where I can. Now, I'd like to point something out. Something I focus on, and it's a basic rule of thumb for my character build and my party build, is when I pick abilities and skills, I think to myself, simply, what else can this do? All right, see, I put an enhanced challenge ring on Cassandra. Okay, so her challenge is it lasts longer. When she taunts enemies, now they're taunted for longer. Not only is their hate drawn towards Cassandra for a longer period of time, but when I start buffing that taunt with doing extra damage to any enemy that is taunted, now that's 30% longer that I get that buff. And that's what I'm thinking to myself. How does this play into my party in more than just one way? And that's how I pick all my abilities and skills.
Your kind killed the most holy.
Lies. Your kind let her die.
Shut your
Children,
mouth.
children.
Enough! Knight Commander.
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean exactly?
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
Wow, politics. Wow. All evil, no good. Politics.
Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave?
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
I don't know. The Inquisition seems about as functional as any young family.
How many families are on the verge of splitting into open warfare with themselves?
Yes, because that would never happen to the Chantry.
Centuries of tradition will guide us. We are not the upstart, eager to turn over every apple cart.
Remind me why you're allowing the Chancellor to stay?
Clearly, your Templar knows where to draw the line.
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because he runs at the mouth. The Chancellor's a good indicator of what to expect in Val Royeaux, however.
How widespread is the violence between Mages and Templars?
Impossible to say.
Your organization flouting the Chantry's authority will not help matters.
With the Conclave destroyed, I imagine the war between Mages and Templars is renewed with interest.
The Mages and Templars are fighting, even though we don't know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
Exactly why all this should be left to a new divine. If you are innocent, the Chantry will establish it as so.
Or we'll be happy to use someone as a scapegoat.
You think nobody cares about the truth? We all grieve Justinia's loss.
But you won't grieve if the Herald of Andraste is conveniently swept under a carpet.
I'll make sure they see reason in Val Royeaux.
I pray you're right.
Don't grieve her loss enough that you're not willing to trample each other into the carpet being in a rush to get to her throne. So you can take the seat for yourself, to look good, to govern what? Nothing? Ashes? Idiots. Stupid. Politics is, I'm just going to do some shit and use a bunch of muscle to back it up. Government actually rules. Okay, government and politics are two opposites. They have nothing to do with one another. That they are so effectively intertwined now is why things are the way that they are. I know this is a video game, but this is the way people act in real life too. So, there's no difference. Oh well.
Researcher Minave wishes to verify that... Greetings, Herald of Andraste. How fares your quest to seal the breach?
I'm doing everything within my power.
A task, such as closing the breach, is a heavy burden. I hope you do not carry it alone. We remember Andraste, but Andraste did not carry the Chant of Light alone. She had generals, advisors, even her husband for a time. Do everything within your power, but remember those who would help you.
I appreciate your insight, Mother Giselle.
Take it for whatever it is worth. You walk a difficult path, and there is little enough I can do to aid you. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
Oh my goodness.
Is there anything I can do to help you or your people?
My healers would benefit from more supplies. We have run short of even common goods with so many wounded. If you could deliver this list and the items on it to Quartermaster Thren, she could get us what we need. It may not seem like much, but it would enable my healers to save many lives.
I'm sorry.
Farewell.
That's why I got those Blood Lotus, was to make this thing for her. But sorry, I can't stop thinking to myself, asking this lady, excuse me, do you need to spit before you continue talking? Like, I want to pull out a pail and let her just hawk a big loogie into it just so she can get that out of her mouth so she can talk clearly. Yeah, okay. I'm probably the only one finding that amusing, but it's, yeah. Well, it wouldn't be a game if it wasn't fun, so it's that's pretty funny to me.
Apothecary Adon will have more pulses for the injured as soon as possible.
The Inquisition cannot remain imprisoned if you can't prove it was founded on Justinia's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked her life to slow the magic of the breach. Mistress Adar, this is Marquis Durelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House Durelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denner, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to Divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
People have been injured. You can't just turn them out onto the snow.
And who benefits if they stay?
Divine Justinia, Marquis. The Inquisition, not the Chantry, is sheltering the pilgrims who mourn her.
Why is the Chantry ignoring the faithful?
Because it remains in shock.
Put your game face on then, girl. That's right.
It's a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
Josephine's like the Chuck Norris of diplomacy. Oh, man. She masked that dude.
Do the Durelions actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesian. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
Can't tell.
I apologize for the intrusion. I didn't realize you were meeting with the Marquis.
You did little harm. In truth, the debate was most beneficial as practice for those to come.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
May I ask, what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Leliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Montillier.
Thank you. Let us hope so. Thedas' politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
She's a beast with that pen and paper. Alright, yeah, it's about time I get to turn these in. I think that's the last of the Haven quests.
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. I hope the Inquisition can restore order soon. I never really wanted to leave the Circle. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it. You've brought back some fascinating things. We're putting them to good use.
You said you were a mage.
No, just an apprentice. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
I'm surprised that even an apprentice mage wouldn't join the rebellion.
I don't like using magic to fight. I'm not good at it either. I liked studying. I liked performing rituals that helped us unlock the secrets of the Veil. I liked having the Templars around to keep us safe.
Mages need protection. I wish more of them could see that.
I was born into a Dalish clan. I lived there until my magic manifested. The Dalish cannot risk having too many mages in one clan. And I was one more than they could bear. They gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
I'm so sorry.
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold a few weeks later. I started using magic to scare predators away. The villagers saw me make fire in my fist. They were terrified and wanted to kill me. Templars saved me from them. They gave me food and clothes and took me to the Circle. I've seen what life is like without the Templars, and I want no part of it. I just want to study.
You said that you were keeping some of the Tranquil safe.
Yes. The mages took some of them when my Circle rebelled. The rest were forgotten. Most Circle mages look down on the Tranquil, or try to pretend they don't exist. They don't have any emotions. They can barely take care of themselves. Can't defend themselves at all. It's a shame. I like them better than most people.
I'm glad they have someone who cares about them.
They deserve better. They're polite, they're rational, and they'll never get angry at you. When they study, they have a focus no normal person could ever match. But the Templars, even some of the mages, mistreated them just because they could. The Tranquil never fought back. If not for that, I don't know. Doesn't really matter now.
You said Cassandra has you researching creatures.
Yes. If you find anything interesting in your travels, I'd appreciate you bringing it to me. I may be able to find some weakness our soldiers can exploit when fighting various creatures. At the least, some materials are useful for making potions or gear for the Inquisition.
Why did you decide to research dangerous creatures?
I like the outdoors. The idea of the outdoors, anyway. When some monster is coming at you, glowing eyes and burning claws, it's terrifying. But once you know how it works, it's frightening because we don't understand it.
I'll speak with you later.
Thank you again for what you've brought back.
Wow, turn a 7-year-old girl out on her own rather than take care of her. And one of the elves keep getting the short end of the stick. They chop a branch off their own tree, shake it at themselves, whine about it, and say, we get the short end of the stick. Well, it's of your own making. You can't take care of your own. How are you supposed to defend yourself against anyone else? Kind of getting what they bring upon themselves. Yeah. Alright, so I get to pick a perk. I'm going to pick the first in each one of these categories, and I'm eventually going to get down to this deft hands, fine tools, and the rest of the points and secrets will come with agents, whom I will unlock in the hinterlands and such, but that'll be later. For now, I want to get to Val Royeaux because I want to get some followers.
Let's see what we have.
Since we've unlocked these, I know this one up here gets an amulet of power for Varric, and we're going to unlock a lot of those amulets of power through these little side missions and stuff. I don't remember exactly which ones, but I remember that one gives me one as a reward. This one is a noble complaining about those filthy refugees on his land. I got something for him. Colin's got some ideas too. That's pretty funny. Alright. And then we can unlock Val Royeaux. Sounds good to me.
Having the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask her.
I'm more concerned this won't actually solve any problems.
I agree. It just lends credence to the idea that we should care what the Chantry says.
I will go with her. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through. The city still mourns.
Just a guest seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
My Lady Herald.
You're one of Leliana's people. What have you found?
The Chantry mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then. They wish to protect the people? From us?
You think the Order's returned to the fold, maybe? To deal with us upstarts?
I know Lord Seeker Lucius. I can't imagine him coming to the Chantry's defense. Not after all that's occurred.
We're doing all this to get help with the breach. Maybe this is our chance to get the Templars on our side.
Perhaps. Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
Alright, and this is where we'll pick it up on the next one. Go deal with the Chantry. See what is to be said. Alright, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, hit that button over my head. If you want to catch the rest of this Let's Play, click that top box. And if you want to catch the rest of my video playlists, hit the bottom box. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.